party run went ahead, and
it just
and
blossomed from
so
there.
yeah, just opened it up to him, to other people that he wrote for that year that Dice came in. He had written for Bob, so Bob joined Dice. He was singing at Stardom, but he joined Dice because as far as the information I received, um, they were not really allowed to sing in both tents. You know, one was midweek, one was on Friday, but they were not allowed to sing in both tents, so they chose, and that's where Mascam got its own, its own
Foothold, I
number
guess.
of, yes, of Calypsonians. Also, Peter later spoke about the benefits of the tents. I will just speak to that at the same time because he just did. The tents allow the patrons to enjoy the Calypso out of the competition. Because the national competition it's set from the eliminations to the quarters 3 weeks apart, from the quarters to the semis 2 weeks apart, and from the semis to the finals 2 weeks apart. That would really be the only time that people would really get a live performance from the Calypsonians. So having the tent weekly gives the people a lime to go to. It's less tension because people are just relaxing, enjoying the calypso, and like Peter said, the band can get more accustomed with the songs, the calypsonians get more comfortable singing on stage. Even the people listening, like the media, and people who comment on the songs, on the performances, they too get the song better every time that the calypsonian performs the song. So the tents are very important.
Yes, yes, very important. I mean, I've noticed myself that sometimes comments would be made on some of the broadcasts, and the Calypsonians would take note of those
Yes.
comments and improve. And you'll notice, as a patron, you'd notice the improvement in the song over time. So, as you mentioned, it is certainly important for the Calypso season. So, what in you guys' opinion would be are the major differences between the Stardom and Mascap tents?
Okay, well,
Anyway.
Peter, go ahead.
Okay, well, I think the names say it all.
Hmm.
Stardom, tent, and mass camp. Um, Originality is a mass camp is more a party
Hmm.
kind of vibe, where the tent is rehearsal for the big show.
Yeah.
All right, so
It's so one. I
is
mean,
more
it's
festive.
both tents,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, I mean, the days say it all. Stardom is on a Wednesday. We have work next day. Mass
Yeah.
camp is on a Friday, so
Start.
you can drink more. You know, so it's two different settings. That's why I guess we separate. And I guess the country needs it. Some people like the party vibe. Some people like the sit down vibe.
Yeah.
You know.
So you would agree with that?
I agree.
description?
I agree with Peter. And also we know that there are two different bands
Yeah.
in each of the tents. There are two different bands and different caliber of Calypsonians really. In mass camp you find more, like Peter said, some of them the real party ones. And historically, from the inception of mass camp, the type of calypsos that Pat used to write at the time, they were more road match kind of calypsos. But things are changing, so now and again you find even Stardom itself has those kind of calypsos.
So, do the Calypsonians get to choose which tent they would performing, or
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Alright.
They have the option.
okay? Then can a Calypsonian be part of both tents? Now
Well,
that's-
no, a calypso cannot be part of both tents. But I mean, if you have to think of it, if a calypsonian could, then the both tents would have the same calypsonians. Both also
Yeah.
choose the top guys. So each tent has their top guys, and then we have, you know. So I mean,
so I guess the purpose for that is to keep the uniqueness of each.
yes,
each
each
individual
tent, has its own face, its own name. So we have to be different.
Okay.
To add to that, also we have to look at the business aspect of it, because Stardom definitely has more Calypsonians than Mascam, but in the end, you have to pay the Calypsonians a little something for performing every week. If you have too many Calypsonians, that is a strain on the administration. So it's best that the Calypsonians, remain with one tent. But of course, from time to time, like what you have seen in the
Yes.
past year or two, the Calypsonians go across,
Yeah.
to
do
sing,
features,
to do features at the
Yeah.
tents according
like,
to
like
the
the one you
nights.
had, like the one you guys had last week.
Right.
Yes.
We had
Yeah, well,
Mascam
well,
in
that
Stardom and
Last week
Mascam.
was actually you want to call it a clash? A subtle clash.
Yeah.
All right, so at this time, we'll take a short break for a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with Calypso Conversation as we continue to focus on the Calypso tense.
Are you looking to construct a building? If your answer is yes, then contact CSK Concrete at Ravin Lechelle Savonpai for all your concrete needs. They are the suppliers of concrete premix and concrete pumping. Call them on telephone number 616-6565. Let them supply all your concrete needs. CSK Concrete at Ravin Lechelle in Savonpai. Go get all your concrete needs.
Calypso! Calypso! Calypso!
Great things are happening at Lindo Mart. There it is. You can lean on the consistent opening of Lindo Mart. The bank is right there. Great things are coming. Keep listening to your radio, to Facebook, newspapers. If you think there was trusted service, it's getting even better. Convenience, all your products, the complete shopping list, everything you could possibly want, need, desire, request, or just hint. It's all right there. Wait, there's more. There's a lot more. Listen to a radio near you. Lindo Mart. We're growing bigger, stronger to serve you better.
Prosper, where you going busy so? Eh?
My brother, when you got to go, you got to go. That's a private moment.
Indeed. When a man gotta go in pleasure, that's not something you can say not now. Here comes instant relief in luxurious loose. Dominica, it is environmentally friendly. Luxurious loose is your friend indeed. That's why all of your septic waste is being dumped at the Wasco's plant and treated.
Hello, we don't dump by the river or by the bay or do Vajou.
You better take in front before in front take you. Luxurious Loos, we also rent portable toilets for every type of public and private event. Luxurious Loos, we will take care of your dumping of your sewage and will professionally dump and safely dispose of all your used, damaged or expired groceries and give it a quiet funeral. Luxurious Loos, we are the number one in the number two business.
Call us at 448-2410 or 276-4289 or 277-2410.
Wow! I feel good.
Lafayette's House Medical Laboratory, my preferred choice for professional and confidential medical laboratory services. Lafayette provides results for all medical tests. If it can't be done there, they will facilitate it through their international partners. Their main office in Roseau is open from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mondays to Fridays and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Home visits and emergency services are also available. Call 448-0100, WhatsApp 276-5213 or visit any of their locations. Cross Street, Roseau, Pickard, Portsmouth, Marigot or Grand Bay. Lafayette's House Medical Laboratory. My choice, your choice, our choice.
Welcome back to Calypso Conversation. Of course, we're here with Peter Letang and Shirley Lady S. Charles speaking about the Calypso tense here in Dominica. And once again, we are here at Chez Wen Cuisine down here in Scott's Head, which was destroyed by Hurricane Maria in 2017. It was rebuilt here at its current location. Today's menu. For lunch today, we have a curried goat, mussels in garlic butter, grilled lobster in garlic butter, grilled drumsticks, shrimp in Creole sauce, crayfish in curried coconut, fish mahi-mahi in Creole sauce, grilled kawang, and burgers and fries. For the sides, we have stewed black peas, pumpkin rice, cheesy spaghetti, fried dasheen, wedges, and potato puffs. So let's get back into the meat of the discussion. Now, we have been speaking about the various tents, the Calypso, Mass Camp and the Stardom Calypso tent. But can you guys tell us how did the various tents come up with those unique names?
Well, for Stardom, what I can tell you, back in the day, I remember all Swing Stars records being labeled Stardom.
Ah,
Now,
okay.
back in the day, 72, when I said Norman later went to Trinidad and he came back,
Yeah.
at that time, Swing Stars also had their own venue. That was the Green Grotto.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
Swing Stars started off the tent. So it just automatically came under that label, Stardom.
All
And
right.
it just remained.
All right.
Stars.
Stardom meaning Stars
Stars.
Dominica.
Dominica. Stars
Yeah.
Dominica. Stardom. All right. And what
But
about... Yeah.
today is not just a Swing Stars thing. Yeah, it's half Swing Stars, half Calypsonians for Stardom. So,
Yeah.
but the name remained.
It's stuck, yeah. And what about mascot?
Well, for Showdown Mascam, based on my research, Showdown Patiron said that Showdown, the name Showdown, came to his mind when he saw Daddy Chess, Wild Wild West, Bob with a guitar on the stage, and Dice had some grand presentation.
Tarzan.
Right, and he said when he saw that,
Yeah, the first
he
thing that
said,
came to his
"Look,
mind.
Showdown." So Showdown Mascam, that's how the name came about. Mascam came from Edgar Hunter. Right, and then we must mention Bernard Georges, who was one of the founders of Mascam as well.
All right. So there you have it. The origin of the names Showdown Mass Camp and, of course, Stardom of Stardom Calypso Tent. Can you guys tell us how does the various weekly shows differ from each other?
Well, for Stardom, I don't know if you noticed that, but what we try to do, every tent we have a different theme. Like last night, we had a celebrity night where a lot of celebrities came and attempted.
yes.
Well, I couldn't say attempted, they sang
Yeah, they did.
some songs of the current for this year, which went down very well. I mean, there will be 3 more themes to come for the year, and that's how we do it. You know, when this quarterfinals is coming up, we have a quarterfinal night, we have a semi-final night, whatever it is,
All right.
just to differentiate.
Yeah. And what about
different-
Mass Camp?
Mascam is the same.
Generally the same. Yeah.
Generally the same. The colors, we have a different color every week, and we have a different theme.
Theme, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So,
And
yes, go ahead.
on that note, tomorrow night Mascam will not be on. I just want
Yeah.
the public to know that Mascam will not be on tomorrow night. We know that we have about 4 members, or 4 of our top members in the semi-finals on Saturday.
Also, you want to
Or
give them
5,
enough
yeah.
time to...
Yes, so
relax and-
Mascam will not be on tomorrow night.
Okay. So Mass Camp will not be on tomorrow evening. Just once again for our listeners, of course, that's to facilitate the Calypsonians who will be taking part in the semifinals on Saturday.
We'll be back next week, of
Yeah,
course.
so they will be back next week.
Love, 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 Valentine's.
So outside of the carnival and the Calypso season, do the tents engage in any type of activity?
Well, in the past, I can't recall anything in the tents engaging. I mean, the separate tents have done shows,
Yeah.
you know, but what I can tell you this year, people can look out for something grand for Mass Camp and Stardom coming together. I
Nice.
can't tell you the time of year yet, but I had some conversations with, what you call her, Ma?
Oh, Madam P?
Madam
Madam P is Frederica Riley. She's the
Frederica Riley.
president of the executive.
And you know, me and Frederica go way back. We work together on the port, so we have a good
Nice.
rapport. So we're going to see that something happens this year.
All right.
Outside
So
the carnival
as you just
season.
heard it from Mr. Peter Letang and, of course, Shirley, you can expect something great from Stardom and Mass Camp in the off season. I'm certainly looking forward to that. I'm a huge fan of Calypsos and certainly looking forward to that.
Well, right now we have no choice, you know. We have to go ahead.
Yes,
It has been announced.
In fact, I mean, having the tents, one of the reasons for having the tents is to give the people more Calypso events to go to. So we have no choice, according to
choice.
Peter. We really have to go ahead with it. And I really want to applaud Mascamp for its virtual show that it has been having during the COVID period,
Yes.
when we were not able to meet face to face and have an audience, a crowd, in-person audience. That online show, those online shows actually gave people, you know, a little free up, something to tune into, you know, put their comments, put their reactions. It was
brought
really
back
nice.
a sense of normal.
Yes.
It made us feel like the world wasn't really coming to an end.
Exactly.
And you know, that previous question actually leads into my next question, because a lot of times you hear individuals would say that sometimes the Calypsos are too politically focused. Some of the writers and the Calypsonians may say that, you know, they feel that that is the only attribute or the only area that they can have that ability to express themselves.
Yeah.
And I also hear a lot of comments that we should try to create calypsos with a more international appeal. So what I was wondering is, with the addition of a competition with that focus, where you actually tell writers and calypsonians that we're trying to bridge the gap internationally, we don't really want to focus too much on what's happening local, but just to make the calypsos more marketable internationally, would the creation of a new tent or a tent outside the season, as you guys are planning to do, would that help with that situation?
Well, I don't think the creation of a new tent can help with that. What I think can help.
Well, just a new competition.
Or
Maybe.
no, what I'm saying is that I think writers have to maybe get responsible or see the bigger picture, because we can jump high, jump low, all the Caribbean islands going through the same thing politically. But when we write to just suit ours, whereas we could say the same thing that would pertain
To the Caribbean.
and everybody knows.
It's how it's written.
Like I always use Chokdas. Chokdas has a song, Land, what is it? Seawater and Sand.
Seawater and Sand, yeah.
And every country he goes to, he tweaks a couple lines to suit that country, but the song.
But the general song
the
itself can
song
suit every
remains the
country.
same.
All right.
He just uses the different leader names or whatever it is.
But everyone in
because-
in another island would be able to relate to the song,
Yes,
even
yes.
though the names could be changed.
Yes. So I think maybe the writers have to look at going that way to generalize, and politics, nothing wrong in writing
Yeah, yeah.
political songs, but just be careful how we do it.
Well, we'll look forward to that off-season engagement that you guys intend to have. Maybe we will see a lot more calypsos with that level, with that quality, or with that caliber.
To add to what Peter says, I agree with Peter, but I don't know if that will sit well with the Dominican populace, especially in the competitions or even the tents. It's like a number of them come there for that kind of thing, and I think the writers are writing for what the people want, because I know that I tend to lean more on the side that you were just speaking about. You can have a song that suits the Caribbean, a song that suits the international market, but most times you will find probably the local man will tell you they don't understand that, and they cannot relate to what you are singing, but they can relate to what some of the writers are writing. So I think it would cause our patronage to dwindle even more if we go that way. So having probably a separate competition or show for that, I think that would be the better thing.
Yeah, because you could get them to just focus on that.
On
idea,
that
yeah.
aspect,
And
yes.
then you could judge them based on that as well.
Exactly. So I will not feel like a fish out of water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So it has certainly been a wonderful discussion with you guys here this afternoon. This brings us to the end of today's Calypso conversation. Of course, I was joined by Shirley, Lady S. Charles of Mass Camp, and Peter Letang of Stardom Tent, of course. Stars Dominica. Of course, that's the origin of the word stardom, of Stardom Calypso Tent. My name is Hazari Anironi Williams. Some call me Mr. Good Vibes. A special thank you to the venue. Of course, that's Chez Wen Cuisine. That's here in Scotshead. A special thank you as well to our sponsors, CSK Concrete in Portsmouth, Lafayette's House Medical Laboratory, Lindo Mart, and Luxurious Luz. On behalf of the entire production and technical teams, I am Hazari Anironi Williams. Once again, be sure to join us on Monday for a very special edition where we will converse with the survivors and loved ones of those who were lost during the 1963 Carnival Fire. So until then, stay well, do take care.